Hello, good evening. Oh, I'm all over the place tonight. There we go. I had this all set up before and must have dunked it. Anyway, good evening. It's monthly make Monday time. So tonight we'll be playing with March's monthly make. I forgot to write hello on that one. There we go. So we're playing with March's monthly make, which it was our lovely big flower. Let me see if I can find it. It should be on my desk. I'm hoping it's on my desk. There it is. So it's that one. That lovely big flower. I've got some oxides in front of me and we're going to do a bit of embossing, I think. Well, that's my plan. I think. Good evening, Tracy. So yeah, I've got some colours I don't normally use in oxides. I hope they're going to go together. I was looking for my got a squirrel on the roof. My dried marigold, but I can't find it. It's not where it should be. I don't know what I've done with that one, but I've chosen a different one. So I've gone with spice marmalade instead, so I'm hoping it's going to work just as well. Should do. Well, we'll see. So, should we get playing? I think so. Sounds like the squirrels are going to come through the roof. Yeah, they're really going for it up there. It's the downside of the lighter evenings, isn't it? We've now got squirrels still running around at this time. Evening, Mum. We're not really squirrel lovers in this house. During lockdown, I'll tell you a funny story actually. During lockdown, Mr. Roo was getting the shopping out the car and wiping it down with his anti-bac wipes like you did, and a squirrel came along and took the anti-bac wipes and started running down the road, so Mr. Roo went flying, chasing the squirrel down the road. I'll always remember that. So ever since then we've not really liked squirrels, because they nick your anti-bac wipes if you're not looking. Evening, Sue. There you go. A little bit of general, a little bit of a story for you for this good Monday evening. So anyway, I've not told you what colours I've picked out. I have got a bit of salvage patina, a bit of flamingo, and should have been dried marigold, but can't find it. So we've gone with spice marmalade. So I'm going to do a bit of ombre using these colours. And then I think I know what I'm doing. I think so. I was that prepared yesterday that today's just gone to pot. So I'm going to start off with my salvage patina. And remember, we do this in thirds. So bottom third, salvage patina. Then we're going to have a bit of flamingo. And then we're going to have a bit of, I was going to say dried marigold. It's not. It's spicy marmalade. That's the one. So first up, I'm going to start off with this one. And I'm just going to come on and rub it on. I do love salvage patina. It's such a nice cheeky blue. It's like peacock feathers' little brother. If inks had brothers and sisters. There we go. I'm just going to do a lovely. I want lots and lots of ink down on here. Lots and lots of ink. Until we've got about a third done. We have. So then I'm going to take that one off and I'm going to swap. You'll notice when normally I do circles, don't I? This time I'm just doing lines. Yep. So backwards and forwards, nothing more, nothing less, just backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. And then we're going to do exactly the same with our pink. I'm going to pick this one up. There we go. I'm going to do our middle third again. There we go. So just backwards and forwards. And the lovely thing about oxides is if you don't like how it's gone, so at the moment we've got pink over blue, haven't we? Yep. And I'm just going to very gently just move that down a little bit. So I'm hardly touching it at all anymore. I was really pressing on here, yep, to get my colour. Now I'm going really gentle get it all nicely layered. And if I think, oh, I've gone a bit too far with that pink, I'll just go back and get my blue. And go back over the top. I think that's okay. Might go and get a bit of blue back in a second. And then finally, you've guessed it, we're going to be doing our orange. Grab back a bit of orange. I thought we'd go for some really nice springy colours today. So again, doing exactly the same again, backwards and forwards, no circles, just backwards and forwards. It's a bit orange. Dried marigold would look so much nicer. Evening, Maxie. I'm having a colour catastrophe again. It's alright. We'll sort it out in a minute. And then we're just going to go very gently. Take some of the ink off there. I'm going to go over our pink. But I think what's happened, can you see, I've made my pink a bit too small. So I'm going to find my pink bit on my tissue again. So it's got a bit of orange in it, so I'm going to get a clean bit of tissue. I'm going to grab our pink again. And we're just going to push this orange back because you can see I've taken over with this orange, haven't I? Don't like it. So we're going to come back in. Just there. Just start to blend it again. There we go. Oops. I'm going to turn that again because now I've turned my pink tissue orange. There we go. Come back in with that pink. And just. I've gone a bit over the top with this orange, haven't I? Oops. There we go, right. So I'm okay that way. So I'm just going to very gently do the same on my blue. There we go. Doesn't look too bad, does it? So now I need to make a decision. Well, actually I need to tidy my desk first because look at the state of that. Just give it a quick spritz. And I remembered to fill up my water bottle. Look, yay! I've got water in my spritzer today. Does make a difference, doesn't it? There we go. Oops, I've not. Let me go and just update this. There we go, right. I'm back again now, I think. There we go, I can see the comments again now. Right, so we've got that. We're going to grab our lovely flowers. Now, do we want... I'm coming down that way. Or do we want the blue at the top? Can't decide. I'm thinking that... don't know. I think I might do the flower, the orange at the top. I think orange at the top. Oh, thank you, Maxine. I hope everyone had fun yesterday with our craft along. Like I say, we're going to start doing them. I'm going to try and do them every month. Right, I'm going to go with orange at the top. Evening, Sean. It was fun. It was good fun to just spend some time just crafting. And I'll try and be organised again next time and make sure you've got all your kit lists and things before. So I'm going to spritz this. Now remember, yesterday we were talking about archery arms, yeah? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to quickly just spritz it. And archery arms, you need a nice big gap between your sprayer, your spritzer, yeah, that's the one I was looking for, and your Sam. Evening, Alice, good to see you. So I'm just going to wipe a bit of this off here, and then we're going to stamp it on here. So it doesn't really matter where this one goes. We know, well, it does, because I want it up in this top corner. There you go, you might be able to see it a bit better now. So I want it up here. Oh, didn't spritz that very well. That's alright, just means I've got to spritz it a bit more. No. There you go. Now it's spritzed. Evening, Susie. Makes a change from me being late, to be honest. So I can't really comment after yesterday's lateness. There we go. So give it a quick press. Oh, that's better. See? And just remember as well, can you see, because it's oxide, it's picked up the colour in here. So if you don't want to transfer that colour back down here, just make sure you give it a good blot with your kitchen towel. I'm just going to dry my plate as well. There you go. I'm going to give it another one. There you go. Is this one on the website? Not yet. It won't be on till, I was going to say next week, but we're not here next week. Yeah, I might put it on a little bit early. I think I will. Yeah, I'll try and get it on this week, because we're off on our Jolly Bobs again next week. That sounds really really bad, doesn't it? No, we're off in the tin box again on our adventures. I kept trying to tell the kids that it might be a bit cold in April, but oh no, and they're quite happy to get going. Right, I don't know why I was going to move that. I'm going to dry this before we do anything else. Dry. Stop. Everything's moving. Stop it. Thank you. Fingers and thumbs. Let's give this a quick dry again. So it's not really important whether this back bit works or not, because it's not vital to what we're doing. It just, I think it just adds a nice little bit of texture to it. So again, like I was saying yesterday, if you've got oxide on there, make sure it's dry before you go and try and stamp again. Especially if you're going to try and do embossing powders. Yeah. That's dry. So that was dry, and then I went and touched wet stuff with my hands again. Now we're going to grab our anti-static bag and we're going to try and find a juicy ink pad. I know, you're all laughing at me. Ah, that one's got some juice in it. And in my little box. Ooh. I was going to go for white embossing powder, but do we go for gold instead? No, I've not got much gold. No, we'll go for white. Though that gold could look very nice, couldn't it? Yes, we're going to go for gold. There's a song in that somewhere, isn't there? Right. But what I do need is either my tidy tray now, or a bit of paper. I can't find my tidy tray because it's not looking at me. No. Don't actually know where that's gone. It's probably on the table. No. We'll use a bit of kitchen roll instead. Where there's a will, there's a way, isn't there? So, I'm going to pop that on there. I'm going to give this a really nice dusting. Because, like I keep saying, we are on oxides. Ooh. So everything likes to stick to oxides because it stays juicy for quite a while. You just keep splatting your anti-static around a bit. You can see that orange is really juicy, don't you? You can quite see. Yeah. Right. I'm going to pop that up over there, and then we're going to get this bit all inked up. So just take your time. Oops. I love these lids because you can never misplace them because they're attached. Right, let's see. Right, that should have plenty of juice on it. And we are going to come and put this right here. Just like that. So give it a real good press. Oops, a daisy. My thumb's still not recovered from yesterday. Does anyone else have the sun today? It was gorgeous here today. Not very warm, but that sun was amazing. It's lots of wonders for me washing. You know me, I do obsess about getting my washing out when it's dry. I think there's nothing better than nice, freshly washing that's been dried outside. Oh, I didn't get that bit. Never mind. Right, can you see here? My oxide wasn't quite dry, so I'm going to find my nice little floofy brush. I'm just going to go in. I'm just going to give it a little tickle. It's been naughty. There we go. And we're going to do the same just here. I was too impatient, I didn't. This is where I could spend ages. I'm not going to now. There we go. Just making sure nothing that I don't want is on there. I'm going to pop that down there. I'm going to pop the rest of this back in here. It's got all sorts in here actually. It's got glitter and it is better if you've just got a piece of paper that you pop it into, but I haven't got a clue where a piece of paper would be. Oh, my tidy tray. It's a bit of a waste. There we go. Right. I know I'm being brave. Being brave and doing me embossing powders. Yeah. So let me put that back over there or else we'll never find my brush again. Let's get this melted. I don't know why I panic about embossing, but it's one of those things that I find really tricky. I think it's because it's something else making the mess, not me. Like with inks and stuff, you're in control, aren't you, with your mess making. Whereas with embossing powders, not so much. There we go. I'm just going to give that a few minutes just to... Oh, I should really make sure I've got it all out. Yeah. Looks very pretty, doesn't it? The gold with the orange beneath it. I like that. Right, so decision time, decision time. We can either... Again, I've thought so far ahead, but not any further than this bit. I do quite like it just how it is. But we're going to take away some of the colour, I think. Then we'll see from there. Oh, stay where you are, thank you. So lots and lots of water. And we're just going to start with that one down there. Because even if we're going to paint it, if I remove the colour, it's going to be easier to paint over. Lots and lots of colour. And remember, some of your oxides, just got a wet hand from somewhere, some of your oxides will lift easier than others. I'm just going to leave that one a little bit longer to take that colour away. We could, if we wanted to, we could have gone and stamped some more. Let's see how much colour I took out of that then. See, it's starting to come away. I think that pink just needs a little bit longer. There's a couple of colours that need a little bit longer, isn't there, than others. And other colours just disappear the moment you hit them with water. Just remember as well to keep turning your tissue. Look at that. That did just pop then, didn't it? Let's go slowly round. You could, to be fair, if you see how we've moved the colour there, that could look quite nice too. Do that one. The orange moves quite quick, doesn't it? Loads came out that time. I'm just going to go again. And the nice thing about embossing as well is you've created like a well for it to be. You know, for the water to sit in while you take the colour away. Whoops, she says, and then goes right over the edge of it. Whoopsie. Oh, and that one. I actually quite like it just as it is. I'm not sure if we are going to paint this or not. We might do. I'm actually quite liking the fact that we've got this really big area of orange at the top. There we go. I keep wiping it off my brush. Not very helpful, that bit. So I'm just going to try and take as much as I can out. Because then it gives us a bit better surface to work on, doesn't it? I could just go and stamp them onto white card, but I don't want to. I know I'm being lazy. Right. you go, nice clean paintbrush as well. I think that looks quite pretty. You could use it like that, couldn't you? Really could. I'm just going to give it a really quick dry. I'm not going to get too close with my heat gun because we've got that lovely embossing powder on there. I don't want to over melt me embossing powder. We've all done it. You just need to sink into the paper. That's a little bit well then. There we go. That does look pretty, doesn't it? I am torn whether to leave it as is. What I want to do though is bring this blue back up. Yeah, because that looks lovely, but we need to just bring that blue up. So I'm going to go for it. It's going to need quite a lot of colour for this, and not a lot of water. It's the smallest amount of water on here. You need enough water so that your ink becomes a paint, but not too much that it becomes, I was going to say too sloppy, but you know what I mean, too liquid, and then it loses its translucency as well. Yeah, the other one. I always get those two mixed up. Can you see now we've just pulled our bottom, because at the moment it was looking a bit pink and orange, isn't it? And there's no real reason for this blue at the bottom, but now we've pulled it into the top. Always messing in your madness, or my madness. I promise. Apart from last week, so I wasn't quite sure where we were going with the colours on that. Again, just enough water to make it move, but not too much. There we go. I'm not going to do the leaves just at the moment, because we might want to do something different with those. So I'm literally as little water as possible. And again, some oxides will move really easily, others take a bit more persuading. But this one's working beautifully. Look at this on the pink. I do get excited over the little things, don't I? Now your ombre would work lovely with your inks, your distress inks, but you won't be able to paint over the top because it'd just reactivate the bottom and make it into a real muddy mess. Unless that's the look you're going for, and then go for it. Evening, Nicola. She was booking a holiday. Oh, very jealous. Yeah. Turkey or the Welsh Mountains. Tough decision. So I can guarantee Turkey will be a lot warmer next week than it will be on the Welsh coast. Little lady's already said that she's paddleboarding, so you know she can. I think she might freeze, but she's adamant she's going out on a board. Okay. Mr. Roo and I will draw straws over who's going to go out with her. She is going to have a time limit though. She's not going out for hours upon hours like she normally does. So I think she'll be an ice cube. There we go. Evening, Noala. Definitely warmer than the caravan. It will be. Though saying that, nothing beats being in the caravan, rain outside and the heating on. Wow, nice and toasty within minutes. And normally when you sit down you end up with a child sat on top of you, so you even toastier. So I'm just finishing off this one. Sorry it's taking me a bit to colour this one in, hasn't it? I've got carried away with this one. So now you can see that beautiful blue we had at the bottom is now nicely at the top as well. And it is nice pulling a little bit of the colour through from the back. So I'm really fighting with this orange up here. But that's okay. Just keep working with it. Keep adding a little bit more and a little bit more. I have recorded a video for next week, so don't worry, you won't be abandoned on Monday night. Still, and to be fair, it's actually quite a really nice little make that you've got for next week. And I'm halfway through recording one for Wednesday night as well, so if I get a chance I'll finish that off. It's a little bit different, so I need to finish it off. Right, I'm quite pleased with that. Now, I need to make a decision about those leaves. I'm not doing them blue because I think it's going to take away from our lovely that lovely salvage patina we've brought up. What I am going to do, and I'm going to break a rule I normally have, I'm going to grab, oh, if I can find it, I was looking for my lost shadow. Let me just see if I can find it really, really quickly. I like that saying, at least you're not in a tent. We're normally sat in the awning at that point, so. There you go, the squirrels are back. I tell you, they're going to drive us crackers running over a roof. I kept doing it to me the other day when I was recording some stuff as well. So I've just grabbed my lost shadow. See if this one wants to move without any water. No, it doesn't. Because I don't want the blue, but I want it to be almost white. So, oh. I'm just going to add a little bit of lost shadow to these little leaves. I've overdried my paintbrush so my enders aren't sticking together. There we go. I'm just hoping the beach is open so I can take the car down, and then at least I've got somewhere warm to sit while she's in and out of the water. That sounds awful, doesn't it? And then it won't be a long drive back for her either, a long walk back. But I'm not sure if the beach is open. Well, the beach is open obviously, but I don't know if you can drive on it this time of year. We will soon find out. Right, and last one. See, we didn't want that salvage patina, but we did want something. I know it sounds daft, but just that little bit of colour, even though Lost Shadow is like an off-white. It's almost like what Picket Fence was, but with a little hint of grey in there. Right, look at that. Let's move that to one side. I'm also going to just grab, don't know why I did that because there was loads of water left on my desk, a little bit of my lost shadow. Just take that. Oops. Perfect. Right, let's get this dry. There we go. A few little dots of that lost shadow. Just being very wary as well that I'm not letting it overheat on the embossing powder. I think that's okay. So, yep, it's starting to come together, isn't it now? I'm going to grab, if I can find it, I've got my doobie bopper. There we go. I'm just going to add a teeny tiny little bit, except for this one doesn't want to go anywhere near my lines. Nope, I need to use my pencil sharpener on it, but I'm not going to use that. Let's try that one instead. This one looks like it's been gnawed. Look, someone's attacked it. So what I'm trying to do is stay close into my lines. Now you all know I'm not the greatest when it comes to staying close in. There or thereabouts will be okay. Just add in a little tiny bit. So just creating a little bit of a shadow underneath. There we go. There we go, I think. That one there. I think I'm quite happy with that. So it just gives that little bit of depth, isn't it? Oh, thank you, Sue. It's looking alright, isn't it? So I did have a few little gems as well that I'm going to pop on there. I just saw them, which is why I thought, right, I'm going to grab them now before I forget about them. And I have got, if you did our swaps last month, they will be they will be swapped and sent out later this week or tomorrow, in fact, as they are done. I just need to go to the post office. This is your stamp that you'll be getting with it. So question time, question to me is, do I want to stamp that directly onto there? I think I do. Ooh, decisions. See, I could do it in the gold, but I'm not going to because I think it'll take away from that bit, so we're going to do it in black. That was a long thought process. That you could hear the cogs turning there, couldn't you? Did take me a while. So you're an amazing friend. This is the one with our, like I said, that you'll be getting if you did swaps this month. Just inking it up. They really are hot off the press. Mr. Roo just did them for me because I'd forgotten. Well, I hadn't forgotten, I knew I needed to do it. I forgot to tell him where the negative was to do it. I see Maxine wants it the other way up. See, it's the sea. It's a tough one. I'm going with it at the bottom. But yeah, I can understand it's the sky. But I see the sea. Just needs a mountain. I could be sat on a beach in Wales. What am I doing tonight? I'm not inking very well. Every time I pick it up I see a bit I keep missing. So Awesome is our flat bottom. Yeah, that's the one that we want to go with. Oh, not going to be happy on top of this oxide. There we go. I need to put next month's swap on the website. You've just reminded me there, Noala. I've got hair. Always bugs me when I molt and I find a hair. It should be there. Right. I've taken it off as I've gone along. So can you see I've got a bit of hair incident going on there. So I'm just going to touch it up with my gel pen. Ding, ding, ding. See? No one will know now that we had a hair incident. Unless they're looking really, really closely. And then I'm going to take my white gel pen. Oh, that's good to hear, Noala. I do need to do the swaps though for next month. You have reminded me there. So I'm just going to do a little bit of white round edge. Not that you can see that I'm doing it. It is there, honest. I'll show you in a minute. Sometimes it's nice to have bits that don't stand out, but then when you bring it up close, there you go. They are there, honest. Just doing a few little dots around the edge. And just remember, because we're on oxide, as soon as we hit it with the wet pen, it's going to reactivate it. So what you might find, especially using a white pen, when you've reactivated your oxide underneath, you might end up with a different coloured pen. So just remember to keep checking that your pen's not going a funny colour, and if it does, you just need to basically scribble the colour out on a piece, on a piece of paper, just like that. Finally, just down here. I could have stamped that onto a piece of white, but I didn't want to lose that background. And then that is going to go onto our base card. It's going to go just like that. I would stick it down, but I know this is going to be quite wet still, so I'm going to move that there. And then I've just got some beautiful blue gems that I can quickly just pop them. Can I find me? There they are, my tweezers. I'm just going to pop one little gem. Two little gems. You know what? We might have a cluster in this one because my gems are only tiny. And it's got quite a big... I'm going to turn it around before... You know my arm's going on that one, don't you? Let's just move that to one side of it. That one can go over there. There you go. I'm shouting at it now because it's not doing what I want it to do. Go there, go there. just like that, and then you can have a one as well. I was going to say, I'm sure there's an I in there saying, and there is, because we're going to tie it to the top. I'm going gemtastic tonight. I'm going to grab another little gem. And I've got an I, so it can have a gem as well. It can have a gem. I'm going to put them over there. Actually, I'm going to put them in that pot so we don't lose them again. And then there you go. I do like that one. I know it's not the colour I wanted, because I did want dried marigold, but I think that worked really well. So what colours have we used? We used salvage patina, a bit of flamingo, and spicy marmalade. There we go. There are our colours for our ombre. But how cool is that? So we've taken our salvage patina and pulled it back up. Because otherwise it was just kind of a bit of a blue bit at the bottom, wasn't it? Yeah. And of course we used a bit of lost shadow just for these leaves. Told you my words aren't coming out, are they? There we go. So really easy one. There we go. Wonderful. There you go. Right, let me see if I can find the right button this time. There we go. We are back. So, oh, thank you for your lovely comments. Yeah, I'm really pleased with how that one turned out. I was a bit, when that orange started going a bit orange, wasn't quite as subtle as I was hoping, but it really did turn out, didn't it? So, thank you. We are back Wednesday. Not sure what we're making. Do something. Yeah, do something. I'm sure something will fall off the shelf or out of a basket, and we'll play with that on Wednesday. So that's Wednesday at 8:30. I'm trying to think what else we've got going on. No, I can't remember. I think that's it. I did say we're off on our Jolly Bobs next week, so it'll be a video at 7 o'clock. So I'm not leaving you all alone. There is a live for that. I was trying to see if I could find the card. Nope, it'll have to be a surprise because it's not easy to find. So yeah, that's when we're back. We're back Wednesday 8:30 with another make. So I hope you can join me then. Thank you for joining me yesterday on our craft alongs. There's been some lovely makes been shared in the group as well. It's always so much fun to see them. There's one of them there. Look. But it's been lovely to see all your makes as well in the group. So thank you for sharing those. Do keep sharing them as well, because it is lovely to see. So yeah, I think that's everything. I'm sure there'll be something else. I will put the new swap up in the group as well. I must remember to do that. Noala, thank you for reminding me. I'll get that put up in the group. So thank you for joining me once again. You'll get bored of me this week. Sunday, Monday and Wednesday. Oof. So yeah, back Wednesday 8:30. Hope you can join me. Thank you for joining me tonight. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you all again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.